Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakagadash. Peace and blessings to the elect that listen and learn in the Akim Wakwathium. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and the elder bishops, and much respect to the mighty Gabarim, the houses and hedges. Bidding Yasha'al to the marriage and to the Gabarim, making videos of edification, wake up the lost sheep, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad that be unto the speckled bird. Just like something the spirit, Paul Yah Bashim Yahushai, going into you know, the most favorited and beloved verse, which is a beautiful verse if you actually understood what it meant. It's John 3:16. Christians love to bring up John 3:16, not understanding or ignoring the fact that the Son created the worlds, plural, as it says in Hebrews, the first chapter, verses 1 through 2. Now, if you look into the blue letter of the Bible, there's more than one definition of world. You have cosmos and you have aeon. Aeon going into an age, a time period, okay? Cosmos going into the universe, okay? So now, if we understand, according to Hebrews 1 verses 1 through 2, that the Son created the worlds, what world is John 3:16 referring to? Because you have to understand, the scriptures are all about edification and break down the scriptures correctly so people can understand. So you have to bring up many verses in the scriptures that speak about the end of the world, loving not the world, being friends with the world. What worlds are being talked about in the scriptures? Is it the same world referring to John 3:16? Because if the Son loved the world, why would he tell us to not love the world? Why would he say, I pray for them, I pray not for the world? So what word are we talking about, Christians? Are we talking about 2nd Ezra 6 and 9? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth? Are we talking about 2nd Ezra 6 and 25, when the angel Uriel told Ezra, who is also Ezra in the Bible, that you're going to see the end of your world? What is it? Matthew 13 and 39, when it says the harvest is the end of the world? Or when the apostles talk to Yahushua, or who you ignorantly called Jesus Christ, I believe in Matthew 24 and verse 3, on the Mount of Olives, when they say, what is the sign of your coming and the end of the world? What word are we talking about, Christians? What world are you talking about when it comes to Isaiah, John 3:16? What world? Because when it talks about world, it's talking about a time frame, an age of rulership. Who is in rulership now? Job 9 and 24. Okay, the wicked rule over the earth, man. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Now, obviously, we're still in the wicked world. There's still war, and there's still many prophecies to come to pass. So we're not in the second covenant, okay? And we're not in the world which dwelleth righteousness. So obviously we're still in the world of the wicked. And according to Malachi 1 and 4, Edom is the border of wickedness. The Edomites are who you call the Caucasians today, who come from the seed line of Edom, which will not all look like Tom Cruise, because the seed is by the seed of man. Nations are declared by the seed of man. Okay? That's why you have the generations of the Son, spoken of in Matthew 1 and 1. Okay? In the book of Wisdom of Solomon says that no king is brought into this world if it's not by the seed of man. All right? So going back to my question, what world is John 3:16 referring to? Because you have to bring up multiple scriptures that talk about the end of the world, loving not the world. When the Son said, I pray for them who are the elect, I pray not for the world. You have to break this stuff down to your congregation. But anyways, just something quick to the spirit, power, Yahweh Shemel Shah, while I'm heading towards the gym. These are questions that should be answered. Okay, it tells you in the scriptures that you have to be ready to give an answer to anyone who questions the hope. And you're supposed to do it through humility and fear. Salakia, meekness and humility, or meekness and fear. Okay? So when people come on your comment board and ask you questions according to prophecy, you're not supposed to brush them off. You're supposed to answer these questions. So if you call yourselves true followers of Jesus Christ, which comes in the spirit of prophecy, as it says in Revelation 19 chapter, the end of the world is prophecy. So if he came to die for the whole world, what world was it? Was it the word of Esau or the word of Jacob? And are we still in the word of Esau, or are we in the world of Jacob, who was changed to Israel? Because if that was the case, the 144,000 will be ruling, and there will be no wickedness upon the earth. So to all Christians, to all Christian pastors, what world is John 3:16 referring to? And can you disprove that that world is not referring to Isaiah 45:17? Israel should be that world without end. As the scripture says, on earth as it is in heaven, a perpetual kingdom ruled under the Son, King David, and the 144,000 governing body, which will have the laws in their inward parts. So if the righteous will be eternal and immortal, guess what? The law, statutes, and commandments will be immortal and eternal, because it's going to be a perpetual rulership under righteousness. So again, to all Christians, because you have to bring up 2nd Ezra 6:9, 2nd Ezra 6:25, Matthew 13 and 39, okay? James 4:4, and Matthew 24:3, speak about the end of the world. And there's other scriptures that talk about that as well. So again, are we talking about cosmos, or are we talking about aeon? Also, you have to break those two definitions down to your congregation, because the scriptures is about edifying the flock. See, the well-studied, the men of the Lord, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone and other like-minded men. I'm not talking about these other camps. I'm talking about the true camp, the true house of David, that breaks down scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, which you Christians cannot comprehend. And some of you watch the videos of the Hebrew Israelites, and you try to break it down the same way we do. But anyways, just something to spare and power Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.